Joe Flacco, can't get it done anymore. So bring Shedeur Sanders up with the young kid, the lefty, and now your first and second team are the young quarterbacks. I was saying something about Shedeur Sanders, and to me, I just know this kid has so much ability that I want to see him out there like anybody else.
Yeah.
And why the hell he's not out there?
It makes no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense.
It makes no sense.
Rex Ryan, after facing intense backlash for his earlier harsh remarks about Shedeur Sanders, has now completely flipped his stance. In a surprising turnaround, Ryan expressed his eagerness to see Sanders play, even going as far as to criticize Kevin Stefanski's decision-making. He openly questioned why Stefanski kept Joe Flacco as the backup instead of promoting Sanders to the number 2 spot behind rookie Dillon Gabriel. According to Ryan, that move was a wasted opportunity to build the future of the Browns with 2 young, promising quarterbacks learning side by side. But this sudden change raises eyebrows. Why did Rex Ryan suddenly shift gears after going so hard on Shedeur just days ago? What caused this complete 180? Clearly, there's something deeper motivating his reversal. And today we're breaking down exactly what's behind Rex Ryan's change of heart.
That's what we want to see. And make no mistake, Alex, we talked about this yesterday. You said there's 2 first-round picks that they have next year, right?
Yep.
So this is about, let's see what we have. Are one of these guys going to be our quarterback moving forward?
Right.
And to me, look, I was saying something about Shedeur Sanders. And to me, I just know this kid has so much ability.
Rex Ryan has now taken a completely different tone when discussing the Browns' quarterback situation. He emphasized that the franchise's top priority should be developing and testing their young quarterbacks, not just relying on veterans who are past their prime. According to Ryan, the Browns need to find out whether one of these young talents can truly become the long-term leader of the team. He clarified that his newfound support for Shedeur Sanders isn't simply about popularity or hype. It's about recognizing pure talent and potential. In Ryan's view, Sanders has the tools, composure, and leadership to one day be the starting quarterback for Cleveland. But that can only happen if he's actually given a fair shot to prove himself on the field. This isn't just about opportunity, Ryan said. It's about investing in the Browns' future. What makes this stance remarkable is how quickly it contrasts with his previous criticism. Just a week earlier, Rex Ryan had dismissed Shedeur Sanders entirely. He was blunt, saying Sanders hadn't earned the right to be ranked ahead of Dillon Gabriel, and even suggested that the hype surrounding him was overblown. Those comments drew widespread backlash, with many fans and analysts calling Ryan out for being overly harsh and dismissive toward a rookie still finding his footing. The reaction was so strong that it seems to have forced Ryan to take a step back and reevaluate. After feeling the heat from social media and fellow NFL commentators, Ryan appeared to realize he might have misjudged Sanders. Now, he's pivoted sharply, directing his criticism toward head coach Kevin Stefanski for not giving Shedeur a chance to develop behind Gabriel instead of veteran Joe Flacco. This turnaround has sparked plenty of debate about whether Ryan's change of heart is genuine or just damage control after the backlash. Even Cam Newton weighed in, criticizing the circus around Cleveland's quarterback drama and calling out Ryan by name. Newton argued that Shedeur Sanders is being unfairly targeted, not because of his performance, but because of deeper biases and the pressure that comes with his last name. In Newton's eyes, the conversation around Sanders says more about the league's culture than about the young quarterback himself.
It's Shedeur Sanders. And when are we going to start realizing that you cannot control people? Some of the same things that people ridicule Shedeur Sanders is also the same things that makes people like Jackson Dart. It's in the eye of the beholder when you're regarding who you're talking about.
The wave of criticism toward Rex Ryan didn't stop there. NFL Hall of Famer Michael Irvin also jumped into the conversation, taking direct aim at Ryan's inconsistent stance. Irvin highlighted how unfair it was that people were targeting Shedeur Sanders simply because he had the confidence to say he believed in his own abilities. That's what great players do, Irvin argued. They believe they're better. That's not arrogance, that's mindset. He went on to point out that if Rex Ryan ever doubted Sanders' confidence or readiness, he would have been the first to say Shedeur wasn't fit for the role. Irvin's message was clear. If Ryan genuinely wants to see Sanders play, he needs to start by backing him publicly and showing the same confidence he demands from players. Inside the Browns organization, Ryan's earlier comments didn't sit well either. Head coach Kevin Stefanski addressed the controversy head-on in a recent press conference, dismissing the rumors that painted Sanders as ironic or narcissistic. Stefanski firmly stated that those labels were completely false and emphasized that Shedeur has been disciplined, focused, and giving his all during every training session, proving his full dedication to the team's success.
Yeah, all of our players, and I include Shedeur in this, are working extremely hard. We just finished our period after practice that we do every single day. Just finished a red zone 7-on-7 period where Shedeur and the rest of the younger guys are working on 10 reps. So he needs to continue to do exactly what he's been doing and continue to do what all these guys are doing, which is just keep working.
It didn't take long for Rex Ryan's fiery remarks about Shedeur Sanders to ripple through the highest levels of the NFL. League owners, executives, and insiders quickly took notice of his harsh criticism, and the response was far from subtle. What began as an on-air rant against a young quarterback with growing fan support soon turned into a full-blown controversy that placed Ryan squarely under the league's microscope. His comments didn't just spark outrage among fans and analysts. They raised serious questions about his professionalism and judgment among NFL owners. Some reportedly felt that his outburst crossed a line, undermining the league's push to promote and protect young, marketable talent like Sanders. According to several insiders, the backlash became so severe that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell himself was briefed on the situation. There were even quiet discussions about whether Ryan's behavior had damaged his credibility enough to warrant removing him from key broadcasting roles altogether. The growing wave of negative publicity threatened to stain both Ryan's reputation and, by association, the league's image. However, behind closed doors, senior figures within the NFL worked to mediate and cool tensions. Sources close to the matter revealed that while Ryan's standing took a major hit, back-channel diplomacy helped defuse the crisis, saving his career, at least for now, in the NFL media spotlight.
We will make sure that if there were violations, that they won't be tolerated. But when we know what those facts are and the impact it has on our game, we'll deal with it very seriously.
Now, in a desperate bid to regain credibility and repair his image, Rex Ryan has found himself forced into full-scale damage control. After weeks of heavy backlash and widespread criticism, Ryan has completely shifted his narrative, moving from a vocal critic of Shedeur Sanders to one of his most vocal supporters. His recent public appearances have been filled with praise for Sanders' talent, composure, and potential, a stunning reversal from his earlier remarks that questioned whether the young quarterback even belonged in the Browns' rotation. It's a move that reeks of necessity, not conviction. Ryan knows that his words didn't just hurt Sanders' reputation. They came dangerously close to hurting his own career. The transformation is as dramatic as it is revealing. Once dismissive and condescending, Ryan now speaks with admiration, calling Sanders the kind of player you build around and emphasizing his NFL-ready skill set. The change isn't accidental, it's strategic. Insiders close to the situation suggest that Ryan's turnaround is part of an effort to repair the rift his comments created within the league. The blowback wasn't limited to fans or social media outrage. It reached the desks of NFL owners, league officials, and even Commissioner Roger Goodell. For someone of Ryan's stature, a former head coach turned media personality, this was more than a PR hiccup. It was a warning shot. This entire episode underscores a crucial truth about the modern NFL. Words carry weight, and when those words come from someone with Ryan's history and influence, they can shift public perception in an instant. What initially seemed like a careless on-air jab quickly spiraled into a full-blown controversy that drew national headlines. The moment Ryan's comments were clipped, shared, and dissected online, the narrative took on a life of its own. Fans accused him of hypocrisy, analysts called him outdated, and several league insiders questioned whether his criticism stemmed from bias rather than analysis. The situation became so volatile that networks reportedly urged Ryan to clarify his position before it damaged both his reputation and their brand partnerships. Ryan's reversal, his change of heart, may have been necessary, but it also exposes the fragile ecosystem of NFL media, where perception can make or break a career. In today's hyper-connected world, every comment, tweet, or take can be amplified within minutes, reaching millions and shaping public discourse. For Ryan, this meant that a single offhand statement about Shedeur Sanders snowballed into a reputational crisis. It's a reminder that in the NFL, where image, influence, and media power intertwine, even veteran figures aren't immune to accountability. Interestingly, Ryan's new admiration for Sanders also reflects how tightly controlled narratives are in professional sports. Public figures, especially analysts and commentators, are now expected to tread carefully when discussing young players who are still carving out their path. Shedeur Sanders, after all, isn't just another prospect. He's a symbol of a new generation of athletes who command massive attention both on and off the field. By criticizing him unfairly, Ryan inadvertently alienated not only fans, but also a younger demographic that values authenticity and fairness. Ultimately, Ryan's about-face may preserve his standing in the NFL community for now, but the incident leaves behind an important lesson. In an era of instant reactions and digital scrutiny, a careless remark can destroy years of credibility. For commentators, the responsibility to speak truthfully and fairly has never been higher. And for players like Shedeur Sanders, who carry the dual weight of expectation and media obsession, the ordeal shows just how easily narratives can be twisted. So the question remains, is Rex Ryan's sudden praise for Shedeur Sanders a genuine realization or just an attempt to save his career from collapse? Was it a moment of clarity or simply survival? Either way, his dramatic reversal stands as one of the most telling examples of how, in the NFL, a single comment can ignite a firestorm, and only humility can put it out.